Are you ruining your food by refrigerating these 10 items? Hey, America! Picture this, you're unloading groceries in your Chicago kitchen, proudly tucking everything into the fridge. Thinking, this'll keep it all fresh and tasty. We've all been taught that the refrigerator is the ultimate food preserver, keeping our meals safe, flavorful, and long-lasting. But what if I told you that 10 everyday foods in your fridge, items you use weekly, are losing their flavor, nutrients, and in some cases, becoming harmful because they're chilled? Mind-blowing, right? From juicy tomatoes in Texas to creamy avocados in California, these kitchen staples don't belong in the cold. In this video, we're revealing the 10 foods you should never refrigerate. Backed by science and time-tested wisdom, to save their taste, boost your nutrition, and protect your health, especially if you're over 60, when digestion, taste buds, and conditions like diabetes or high blood pressure make every bite count. Whether you're cooking in Florida, Seattle, or Ohio, you'll learn why these foods hate the fridge and get simple, senior-friendly storage tips to keep them at their best. Grab a glass of iced tea. Settle into your favorite chair, and let's dive into a kitchen conversation that'll change how you store your food forever. Drop a comment with where you're watching from, Georgia, Minneapolis, or maybe Phoenix. And hit subscribe for weekly tips to live healthier and wiser. Let's start with a spud that's a fridge fiasco. Why refrigeration isn't always your food's friend. Imagine you're at a summer barbecue in Minnesota, slicing fresh tomatoes for a salad or drizzling olive oil over warm bread, savoring the flavors that make meals memorable. We refrigerate to preserve. But for some foods, the fridge's cold, humid environment dulls taste, reduces nutrients, and even speeds spoilage or creates health risks. For seniors over 60, this matters more. Aging taste buds crave bold flavors. Sensitive digestion needs nutrient-rich foods, and conditions like diabetes or hypertension demand careful choices. These 10 foods, from pantry staples to farmers' market finds, are better off outside the fridge. Preserving their vibrant taste, essential nutrients, and safety. We'll explain why each food suffers in the cold, share practical storage hacks, and sprinkle in stories to make it feel like a chat with a friend over coffee in Atlanta or a porch swing in Texas. Let's uncover the first food, a kitchen classic you're probably chilling right now. Food number 1, potatoes, the starch-to-sugar spoiler. Potatoes are America's comfort food king, mashed for Thanksgiving in Ohio, baked for a cozy dinner in Denver, or fried for a barbecue in Georgia. But storing them in the fridge is a silent mistake. Cold temperatures turn potatoes' starches into sugars faster, making them gritty, oddly sweet, and unappealing for your favorite dishes, per food science research. Worse, cooking these sugary potatoes at high heat like frying or roasting can form acrylamide, a chemical linked to potential cancer risks in studies, per the National Cancer Institute. The fridge's humidity also makes potatoes spoil faster, turning them mushy or moldy. Why it's risky? For seniors, acrylamide concerns and nutrient loss matter, especially with digestive sensitivities or diabetes management. Safer storage: keep potatoes in a cool, dark, dry spot like a pantry or cupboard. Use a paper bag, mesh sack, or basket for airflow, avoiding plastic bags that trap moisture. Store away from onions, whose gases cause sprouting. Pro tip: place potatoes in a burlap sack in your Seattle basement for weeks of freshness. Buy at farmers markets in Chicago for quality. Real story: Tom, a 68-year-old from Texas, moved his spuds to a pantry and rediscovered fluffy mashed potatoes. No more gritty texture. Potato woes? Share in the comments. Next, a juicy fruit that loses its soul in the cold. Food number 2, tomatoes, the flavor nutrient thief. Tomatoes are summer's darlings, whether sliced for sandwiches in Boston or tossed into salads in Phoenix. But chilling them in the fridge steals their flavor and nutrition. Cold air halts the ripening process, turning tomatoes dull, mealy, and lifeless, per USDA studies. It also reduces lycopene, a heart-healthy antioxidant that may lower cancer risk. Crucial for seniors aiming to maximize nutrition. Fridge-stored tomatoes lose that sweet, juicy burst, disappointing your taste buds, especially important as aging dulls flavor perception. Why it's risky: nutrient loss and poor texture reduce meal enjoyment and health benefits for seniors. Safer storage: store tomatoes stem side down on a countertop at room temperature to slow moisture loss and ripen naturally. Only refrigerate fully ripe tomatoes for 1 to 2 days, warming to room temp before eating to revive flavor. Pro tip: line a basket with a cloth and place tomatoes on your Miami counter for vibrant taste. Source from local markets in Atlanta. Real story: Linda, a 70-year-old from Florida, ditched fridge storage and now savors juicy, flavorful tomatoes in her salads. Tomato troubles? Comment below. Up next, a pungent staple that causes fridge chaos. Food number 3, onions, the slimy, smelly spoiler. Onions are the backbone of countless dishes, adding depth to soups in Minneapolis or sizzle to fajitas in Texas. But the fridge is their enemy. Cold, humid conditions make onions' sugars activate, turning them soft, slimy, or moldy, per food safety experts. Their flavor shifts, too sweet or off, ruining recipes. Worse, onion's strong aroma seeps into butter, berries, or milk, leaving you with onion-scented yogurt or cheese. Yuck. Why it's risky: spoilage and flavor contamination waste food and disappoint senior taste buds. While mold poses digestive risks. Safer storage: store whole onions in a cool, dry, well-ventilated spot like a pantry or basket. Use a mesh bag or paper sack for airflow, avoiding plastic. Keep away from potatoes, which release gases that speed spoilage. For cut onions, wrap tightly in plastic or use an airtight container in the fridge for a few days. Pro tip: hang onions in a mesh net in your Georgia pantry for months of freshness. Buy from farmers markets in Ohio. Real story: Sarah, a 65-year-old from Seattle, moved onions to a basket and saved her fridge from smelling like an onion patch. Onion storage tips? Share below. Next, a bold flavor that sprouts in the cold. Food number 4, garlic, the sprouting, moldy mess. Garlic is the heart of countless recipes, from pasta in New York to roasted veggies in Denver. But refrigerating it is a flavor killer. Cold temps cause garlic to sprout, forming bitter green shoots that ruin taste, per culinary studies. The fridge's moisture encourages mold and softness, leading to spoilage. Garlic can also absorb odors from other foods, tasting like leftovers instead of its bold self. Why it's risky: sprouting and mold waste garlic and reduce its heart-healthy compounds, important for seniors managing blood pressure. Safer storage: store whole garlic bulbs in a dry, ventilated container like a mesh bag or open basket in a pantry. Use cloves within days after breaking the bulb. For chopped garlic, refrigerate in a sealed container for a week max, avoiding oil storage unless used quickly to prevent bacterial growth. Pro tip: keep garlic in a clay pot in your Boston pantry for zesty flavor. Source from local grocers in Minneapolis. Real story: John, a 72-year-old from Chicago, stopped chilling garlic and loves its bold kick in his stir-fries. Garlic hacks? Comment below. Up next, a creamy fruit that hardens in the fridge. Food number 5, avocados, the ripening roadblock. Avocados are America's creamy darling, perfect for toast in California or guacamole in Texas. But the fridge can ruin their ripening. Unripe avocados need ethylene gas to soften, which cold temps halt, leaving them rock-hard, tasteless, or rubbery, per agricultural research. Even ripe avocados turn watery or stringy if chilled too long, losing their healthy fats richness. Cut avocados brown quickly in the fridge without protection, wasting food. Why it's risky: poor texture and nutrient loss disappoint senior taste buds and digestion. Reducing heart-healthy benefits. Safer storage. Keep unripe avocados on a counter to ripen. Speed ripening by placing in a paper bag with an apple or banana. Store ripe avocados in the fridge for 1 to 2 days max. For cut avocados, brush with lemon juice, wrap tightly, and refrigerate in an airtight container for a day. Pro tip: ripen avocados on your Phoenix counter for creamy perfection. Buy firm ones at Publix in Florida. Real story: Maria, a 67-year-old from Atlanta, stopped chilling unripe avocados and now enjoys silky smoothies. Avocado issues? Share below. Up next, a sweet fruit that blackens in the cold. Food number 6, bananas, the chilling injury culprit. Bananas are nature's sweet, potassium-packed treat, loved for breakfast in Ohio or snacks in Seattle. But refrigerating them is a texture disaster. Cold temps cause a chilling injury, turning skins black or brown within days, per USDA research. Inside, bananas stay starchy and unripe, tasting bland and firm, not the creamy sweetness you crave. Even after warming, they never recover fully. Why it's risky: poor flavor and texture reduce enjoyment for seniors, while nutrient loss limits potassium benefits for heart health. Safer storage: store bananas at room temperature on a banana hook or counter to avoid bruising. Keep away from ethylene-heavy fruits like apples to slow ripening. For overripe bananas: peel, slice, and freeze for smoothies or baking. Pro tip: hang bananas in your Minneapolis kitchen for ripe, yellow perfection. Freeze extras for banana bread in Boston. Real story: Bob, a 69-year-old from Georgia, kept bananas out and rediscovered their sweet, creamy glory. Banana storage tips? Comment below. Up next, a juicy summer star that dulls in the fridge. Food number 7, uncut melons, the sweetness nutrient dimmer. Watermelon on a hot Texas day, cantaloupe for breakfast in Florida, or honeydew after dinner in Chicago, melons are summer's joy. But storing whole melons in the fridge stunts their sweetness and nutrition. Cold temps halt ripening, preventing sugars from developing, leaving melons watery, grainy, or rubbery. Per Food Science studies. Antioxidants like beta-carotene and vitamin C, vital for immunity and aging, also drop in chilled melons. Why it's risky: reduced flavor and nutrients disappoint senior palates and health needs, especially for inflammation or immunity. Safer storage: keep whole melons on a counter to ripen fully. Store cut melons in an airtight container or wrapped tightly in plastic in the fridge for 3 to 4 days max. Pro tip: let a watermelon ripen on your Denver counter for juicy slices. Buy from local stands in Ohio. Real story: Ellen, a 66-year-old from Phoenix, stopped chilling melons and loves their vibrant sweetness at barbecues. Melon mishaps? Share below. Up next, a pantry staple that stales in the cold. Food number 8, bread, the stale, soggy Saboteur. Bread is America's comfort staple, warm with butter in Minneapolis, sandwiched for lunch in Atlanta, or toasted in Seattle. But refrigerating it speeds staling, not preservation. Cold air triggers retrogradation, crystallizing starches to make bread dry, crumbly, and tough, per baking science. The fridge's humidity also makes the crust soggy, ruining texture and flavor for senior taste buds craving comfort. Why it's risky: stale. Soggy bread reduces meal enjoyment and wastes food, impacting seniors on fixed budgets. Safer storage: keep bread in a cool, dry bread box or pantry in its original wrapper or a paper bag for a few days. For longer storage, slice and freeze, toasting as needed for fresh taste. Pro tip: store artisan loaves in a cloth bag on your Texas counter, freeze extras at Costco in Chicago. Real story: Jim, a 73-year-old from Florida, froze his bread and now enjoys bakery fresh toast daily. Bread storage hacks? Share below. Up next, a sweet elixir that crystallizes in the cold. 2300 hours. Food number 9, honey, the crystallizing sweetheart. Honey is nature's golden gift, drizzled on toast in Boston or stirred into tea in Denver. It's sweet, healing, and timeless. But refrigerating it ruins its magic. Cold temps make honey crystallize into a grainy, solid mass, hard to spread or mix, per apiculture studies. It stays safe but loses its smooth texture and floral notes. Fridge moisture can also spark fermentation if the jar's seal isn't tight, risking spoilage. Why it's risky? Crystallized honey is less enjoyable for seniors, reducing its soothing benefits for digestion or immunity. Safer storage: store honey in a tightly sealed jar in a cupboard at room temperature, away from sunlight or heat. If crystallized, warm gently in a bowl of warm water to restore liquidity. Pro tip: keep honey in a dark glass jar in your Ohio pantry for lasting sweetness. Buy local at farmers markets in Georgia. Real story: Clara, a 70-year-old from Seattle, stored honey properly and loves its silky drizzle on oatmeal. Honey tips? Comment below. Finally, a kitchen staple that clouds in the fridge. Food number 10, olive oil, the solidifying flavor fader. Olive oil is America's culinary treasure, drizzled on salads in California. Cooked into pasta in New York, or dipped with bread in Minneapolis. But refrigerating it destroys its essence. Cold temps make extra virgin olive oil solidify, turning cloudy, thick, or waxy, per olive oil research. It's hard to pour or cook with, and repeated chilling warming cycles dull its rich flavor. Condensation in the bottle introduces moisture, risking spoilage or bacterial growth, shortening shelf life. Why it's risky? Flavor and antioxidant loss reduce heart-healthy benefits for seniors, while spoilage wastes money. Safer storage: store olive oil in a dark glass bottle or stainless steel container in a cool, dark pantry away from heat or sunlight. Keep the lid tight to block oxygen and prevent rancidity. Pro tip: store olive oil in a tinted bottle in your Atlanta cupboard for fresh, peppery flavor. Buy quality at Whole Foods in Boston. Real story: Mike, a 68-year-old from Phoenix, kept olive oil out and now savors its bold taste in every dish. Olive oil hacks? Share below. Bonus hacks: master your food storage for health flavor. These 10 foods: potatoes, tomatoes, onions, garlic, avocados, bananas, melons, bread, honey, olive oil, thrive outside the fridge, but these 5 hacks make storage a breeze, fitting your life in a bustling Chicago condo or a quiet Texas ranch. Organize smart: use baskets, mesh bags, or cloth-lined trays for airflow in your pantry. Label shelves for potatoes, onions, or garlic to avoid mix-ups in Seattle. Shop fresh: buy smaller quantities of tomatoes, avocados, or melons at farmers markets in Denver or grocery stores in Miami to use quickly and preserve flavor. Freeze wisely: freeze overripe bananas, extra bread, or cut melons in airtight containers for smoothies. Toast or snacks, perfect for seniors in Minneapolis on budgets. Health check: managing diabetes or digestion? Prioritize nutrient-rich storage, e.g., room temp tomatoes for lycopene, and consult your doc if concerned about spoilage risks in Ohio. Repurpose leftovers: mash overripe avocados for guacamole, blend tomatoes into sauce, or bake stale bread into croutons. Zero waste in Georgia kitchens. Real-life example: Susan, a 71-year-old from Florida, used to refrigerate everything, but after moving tomatoes, avocados, and olive oil to her counter, her salads burst with flavor, her energy improved, and she saved money on wasted food. "My meals taste like summer again," she says. That could be you. What to expect: tastier meals, healthier you. Store these foods correctly, and here's what you could experience. Vibrant flavors: tomatoes, avocados, and olive oil taste bold and fresh, delighting senior palates at dinners in Texas or lunches in Boston. Max nutrients, room temp melons and tomatoes retain antioxidants, boosting immunity and heart health for active years in Seattle. Less waste, proper storage for potatoes, onions, and bread saves money and reduces spoilage, easing budgets in Phoenix. Better digestion, flavorful, nutrient-rich food support sensitive stomachs, improving comfort in Atlanta. Joyful cooking, fresh ingredients inspire delicious meals, connecting you to family traditions in Chicago or potlucks in Georgia. Start small, move one food, like tomatoes, to the counter tomorrow. Within days, you'll taste the difference, within weeks, you'll feel it. Picture yourself at 80, savoring juicy melons, drizzling golden olive oil, and feeling vibrant, all from smarter storage. Your food storage game plan: keep it fresh, live, vibrant. You've got the ultimate guide. Never refrigerate potatoes, tomatoes, onions, garlic, avocados, bananas, melons, bread, honey, or olive oil to preserve their flavor, nutrients, and safety. Here's your action plan to make your kitchen a health haven. Daily check: move tomatoes and avocados to a counter basket. Store potatoes and onions in separate pantry sacks, and keep olive oil in a dark bottle in Florida. Smart swaps: replace fridge storage with room temp ripening for melons and bananas. Freezing for bread or overripe fruit, and sealed jars for honey in Ohio. Track savings: note reduced food waste or tastier meals in a journal to stay motivated, perfect for seniors in Minneapolis or Denver. Shop local: buy fresh potatoes, tomatoes, or garlic at farmers markets in Georgia or grocery stores in Seattle for peak quality and flavor. Share wisdom: pass these tips at a barbecue in Texas or a senior center in Boston. Better food strengthens community. Imagine this: your kitchen in Phoenix hums with the aroma of fresh garlic, ripe tomatoes, and golden honey. You're cooking with joy, feeling energized, and savoring every bite at a family dinner in Atlanta. That's the power of storing food right, a small change with massive impact. Start tomorrow: pull those tomatoes out, hang those bananas, and drizzle that olive oil. This isn't just storage. It's your path to tastier, healthier, happier days. Drop your favorite storage hack, a food story, or a health goal in the comments. Your wisdom could inspire someone. Love this video? Share it with a friend in Chicago, a sibling in Georgia, or a neighbor in Florida. One share could spark their kitchen revolution. Subscribe for more senior-friendly wellness hacks. And hit the bell to stay in the loop. Until next time, America, store smart, live vibrant, you've got this.